The Sharp Tank. No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. And today, I got my man Dizaster in the building, man. What the f going on, man? Hey, man, love, man. I appreciate you for sliding through, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. I believe you do battle rap, right?
Yeah. So just an introductory to what we do. Just to put it for somebody who's not watching the shit. If you just seen how battle rap was back in the day on microphones and people would be in the club and, it would be like even back to Sugar Hill Gang and just rocking the party better. And then it became actual punches and music. We took it from there to the acapella, and now we do that worldwide on a crazy level where, we have people from different cities come out. It's almost like the industry. We're on contracts. We got big bags to do battles, big crowds, pay-per-view events, sold out shows. You know what I'm saying?
Have y'all ever had anybody like from overseas come battle y'all?
That's a really good question because
I mean,
that's a great question, man. You got some type of intuition thing because that's so in 2007 we've done it a bunch of times, but the main one I'm gonna focus on for you is in 2017, and this might fucking blow your mind because so we found out about in Russia they battle rapping. And they getting millions of views. Like I'm talking about, hey, grab you and kill you and kill you and feel you. But they're doing it in their language, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's fire too. Like, and like they bodying shit out there. And they got this dude named Oxymiron. You know what I'm saying? And he's like the top dude out there. And he's just a megastar, and he want to come in. He's like Drake out there, you know what I mean? And he decides, and he battles too, so he makes music. He decides to come out here. He comes out here, and we have a groundbreaking event here in Los Angeles, a whole sold-out show. We did 15 million views on YouTube just on that alone. Damn. We was on RT television. Yo, check this out. I ain't never even put this out crazy, but he could even confirm it. Oxymiron could confirm it, the dude I battled. Because in Russia, they got so much of a politically tense thing. He was a big person out there, so they always was worried about the shit that he gonna say. So the government was watching him over there when he came here. So Putin watched me and that motherfucker, put it that way. Vladimir Putin seen me and Oxymiron battle because he big out there. That's like, that's their, and they be worried about the shit he be saying because he's like on the political.
I feel like over there, like in places like that, I think that's why even people go play like ball overseas and shit like that, because you're more loved overseas, even with battle rap. And you know what I'm saying? Like
the
just
appreciation.
The appreciation is different. Like I've always noticed, like artists, not even just battle rappers, but artists that go across country, or go across the world. They're kind of like, shit, I'm making a bigger bag over there. It's more support. There's
more support.
There's no hate.
And that's I was about to get to that. Like, in your city, ain't nobody want you to win. And when people come up to you, it's more like, yo, man, they don't even want to give you props like that. It's almost like, yeah, man, you cool, you're all right. But they really want to tell you incredible, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they can't. Like, we got this culture here where you just can't give up props to the next man. It'll make you look weaker. Out there, they just don't care. You're the American guy. You're fucking incredible. You see fucking, they be on it like no ego type of thing. So I think it worked better out like that.
You being over here in the States and battle rapping and shit like that. Why do you think that there's controversy like that? There's hate. What do you think? Like, what do you think fuels
We all compete in the dude. Like the thing is, it's like a cultural thing, and it's all fused now. Everybody want to look like the big dog online on social media, and it's just like everybody want a piece of the shit. And even if you a battler or a rapper, the next dude that like sell jewelry now want to compete with you. Like, nah, my Instagram more popping than you. I got more rappers and jewelry. Like everybody competing. Like it's crazy. So I think that's what it is. It's just a competition thing, and the people out there, they more like fans, and they look at it like that's a culture we're emulating, and these are the real guys from it. So when they come around, we pay them homage. And bro, this is all around the world. I went to the Philippines, I went to New Zealand. So I've battled in New Zealand, Philippines, Australia, Croatia, Lebanon, Germany, Holland, Sweden, England, Canada. I like cuz, man.
Hey, no, for real, bro.
Oh man, like, that's funny.
When you went over to them places, when you went over to them places to battle.
I fucked a lot of bitches is what I did.
I'm fucking sure. But when you went over there and you were about to go, meet these guys, how were you feeling in that moment before you got there? Like, what were you expecting and versus what you got?
I was expecting, like, it was pretty much what I was expecting. It's kind of, we created a worldwide culture and everybody influenced by this shit. You know what I mean? So when we meet people, it's kind of like our stepbrothers type of little stepbrother. You know what I mean? Like he's swinging and shit, but you have his hand. You have your hand on his head, and he's just doing all
swinging hard as
hell. But
hell.
it's cool though. He could swing, but he can't hit you type of shit. It's always been. But they really nice, bro. All the people that battle all over the world, they gave me something like to go home with. Yeah. They gave me something. I was like, damn, he's nice as fuck. He might have got me right there, but overall, we're the teachers of the shit. So it's kind of like that.
The battle, one of your biggest battles that you probably lost but felt like you win. Speak on it. Felt like you won.
The thing is, Sharp, people, it's not like the old school days, you know what I'm saying? We need this generation of OGs to put these young motherfuckers in place. And
sure.
To be real with you, the whole judging battles and all that shit, everyone's scared to judge a battle, so they promo battles. There's no judges. Everybody go home a winner. It's a participation trophy culture. I'm telling you.
That saturates it with some bullshit, man, because
outside opinion on this.
I feel this, okay? How could you ever get greater at your craft or perfect your craft if you don't go through taking some losses? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to take some losses in anything that you do. So I feel like when they say, hey, they're just handing out, an E for effort, fucking the trophy, that's some bullshit, man. Like, make a motherfucker feel that loss. It's okay to feel that, man. It's okay to feel that pain for a couple of minutes because guess what, man? It's going to toughen your skin up some and you're going to get out there and you're going to come back 10 times better than ever.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to come back 10 times better than ever, man. So I don't like when people try to sit there. To me, that's a form of enabling.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you look at it now, that feeling, you know what it is? Have you ever had a situation where you were trying to win at something, or you were about to be part of something and you were about to, you didn't know whether you were going to be accepted. It's almost like an exam or an application for a job almost. And you didn't know whether you're going to be accepted. That feeling you get from just not the uncertainty of not knowing if you're going to win or not is gone. So people show up like, yeah, I'm here to rap.
Right. Well, you got to walk into any room with confidence, man. I don't give a fuck if you're going to lose. That's like somebody going and saying, you about to fight this person. If you're scared, don't even fight.
Right.
If you're already going to go in and saying, I'm going to get my ass whooped, don't even go in.
I hear you on that. But there's still there's a line between having those little butterflies that everybody gets before the battle.
Yeah.
And that feeling is the feeling that you need to just ignore, turn on, block, and just completely destroy shit. Now, when you don't have much risk, it just loses the competition edge of it, and everyone just becomes soft after a while and sounds the same, which is what's happened. It's watered down. It is becoming like how the industry is. If somebody hears a formula that works, they use it.
You don't feel like that's a piece of the fuel? Is those butterflies, that nervousness, isn't that a piece of the fuel that's about to make you go out here and really do this for real because you really care about it? You're not coming out there careless.
Yeah, it's like fighting. Ask any of them fighters, bro, MMA fighters or boxers. They get that little thing until they throw the first punch. Yeah. That's how it is. You up there, you just, it's that adrenaline. But once you throw the first punch and you start honing in, it goes away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just the whole feeling of, that pressure. They took a lot of that pressure away to where you just kind of feel like you just coming to have fun because you and your homies gonna say you won after it. And you just gonna walk away like we won. Like fuck you and your people. There's more of us. So
if I was, let me say this, because I'm sure me and you, we're gonna be friends after this because I like you. I fuck with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'd rather tell you the truth. Like, hey, motherfucker, you ain't do too good.
Right.
You lost.
That's good.
And I tell you that as your people. See, that's the problem with a lot of people, man. They rather tell somebody what they want to hear versus what they need to hear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm the type of motherfucker, man, I see you, hey, man, Dizaster, hey, man, you lost that shit, Church. You need to go back to the drawing board and revamp. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it is? A lot of battlers have created an environment where they can't take that type of criticism. Yeah. You say that to them and it's like, man, fuck you talking about, fuck you and your opinion. Like you lost, like fuck you and your homies. There's no common ground where people want to listen to constructive criticism.
How do you become greater then?
You see, that's a really good question, man. I think that's why a lot of the greats are still around, and we haven't been replaced in battle rap, and we've been here for like 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing upcoming talent, and they're doing great. Yeah. But we haven't been replaced like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you done any what battle raps have you done out here? Like what little tournaments and shit like that you did out here?
I've battled people you might be familiar with, like Cannabis and Cassidy, you know what I'm saying? Who are big rappers, you know what I mean? And things like that. The tournaments that we do, like I've been in crazy tournaments, like the World Rap Championships, which was in 2007. You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't hear about it because it was a while ago, and it was kind of more of an international thing. Again, what you was talking about. You know, the Australians and the Brits and all them, they rapping too, and they got punchlines. And I know you laugh if you hear that shit. It's some good shit, man. Some of them are really nice. You know what I mean? So
do you believe, just like how they did breakdancing, do you believe that they can turn battle rap into a sport?
Yeah, I mean,
like an actual
sport. Yeah, it's been talked about. You know what I mean? You know what's the difference though between sports and battle rap is if you look at it, sports has a cap on the age limit. So once you get to like a certain age, the clubs ain't gonna want to fucking sign you no more, and you kind of on your way out in your late 30s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rapping is a mental sport, and the older you get, the wiser and smarter you get. So if you stay focused, you become a lot more intelligent, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at today, and I said this before, man, the best rappers in the world right now are the older ones. The younger ones are putting out the best music maybe, but I'm talking about rapping wise, actual bars. They're the older generation. You know what I'm
actually
saying?
Putting out an album, you're saying, like people who are putting out albums.
Yeah, that's different because they got a machine behind them, and they're in the, you know, they look good. They're in their young, you know, they got the videos and everything's right for them. They're more of stars. Yeah. But you look at the older generation and all them, like the hip hop heads that we came from Wu-Tang to, you know, name it, all of them, the real heads, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even Melly Mel still around, looking like a monster.
Shout out Melly Mel, man.
Melly Mel, like he's like the Chang Sung of the rap game. You got to see him at the end. He'd demolish you, and he's a monster on all fronts, physically and mentally, and it shows you like the lyricist. That's the real, you know, you look at Method Man. Method Man is still sharp as fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? He'd kill you in a battle and beat your ass. You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite rappers like that, you know, coming with Method Man is Redman. I like his style, man.
I love Redman.
I like
who doesn't love Redman? I think Redman's the only rapper we could say on earth that has zero haters or somebody that don't like him.
Yeah, if you don't like him, you making shit up. For real. I like how the man will come into the fucking studio. He'll come in and do an interview. He'll have a grocery bag and he'll be like, "What's in your grocery bag?" "Oh man, my joints, my earphones." He'd be like, "Man, I got an extra charger in there for my phones." You know what I'm saying? He'll come in with a grocery bag. This dude don't go buy no Louis bags, no nothing.
Simple man.
I never forget, I saw him on MTV Cribs, and when they came, he had a fucking apartment. He had like a little townhouse, right? He invited me. He says, "Come on in."
He's a real dude.
He told his homeboy,
like
"Man, move up off the floor." One of his people was sleep on the floor. He was like, "Man, move out the way for me." You know what I'm saying? Then he went into the room and he was like, "Yeah, this rock he bought." He had a dollar box, and pretty much it was just a Nike shoe box, and it's just full of ones. He's like, "It's just my dollar box. When I need a few dollars, I just come in here and grab me a little handful, and I go run to the store." You know, it's some rappers. It's some rappers that really just stayed true to who they were, man. They wasn't really even getting the money. They never changed with the money. They stayed the same.
And he like, you know, I don't have like a crazy funny story like that with Redman, but when I met him, you know, Redman is just really in touch with the shit. Like he watches battles, he knows where all the real shit is. Like he's just really from that cloth. When I met him, he was just like hella excited, like, "Yo, Dizaster!" And I was like, "Man, fucking Redman," you know. And we smoked in that joint. You know, I ain't gonna blunt, by the way. I ain't gonna forget that shit. That shit was a moment. You know what I'm saying? He's just a funny dude. We was laughing the whole fucking time. I don't think I stopped laughing for a second. He's just that type of dude. Just like he is, he translates onto his records. We need that in hip hop. Funny raps again and shit like, you know, him and Ludacris had that shit on lock.
The dopest shit that I saw was when I think it was the Method Man versus Redman. Right. And what I loved was how when Redman was rocking it, he rocking it, fucking, he had like a cape on or some shit like that, and I saw Method Man just come up and just fan it for him. That's just how you know, like, the motherfuckers is really in tune, like they really fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, man, I respect the culture. I love the. Oh yeah, there we go.
Speaking of Method Man and Redman.
Yeah, speaking of, see, I gotta sit my ass up for this one. Yeah, I gotta sit my ass up for this one. Yeah, man. Like
shouts out to my dog Tattoo, man, for putting this together right here, man.
Light that motherfucker up.
I should have got a way bigger lighter for this. Let me use yours.
Go ahead.
Quick.
Let me use yours. There we go. Come on, lighten up, man. Let's get high. I'll get to that motherfucker too in just a second. Interlude.
God damn. I'm about finna burn this no jumper carpet.
How's that motherfucker hitting? Oh, yeah. Light that summer bitch up. Oh, yeah.
This shit crazy. So, yeah, what was we saying? How high? How high we about to get?
Man.
Was we talking how high?
They did a how high too, didn't they?
The one that they just did was
kind of bombed. Right?
Yeah, not. I don't know if we're supposed to go in on it like that.
Let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it, man.
I mean, they fucked up from the casting, man. Like, this. Like, come on, man. We ain't trying to see that shit, man.
No.
Like, I mean, like, maybe the younger generation, like, oh, my God, Little Yachty's there. He's fucking amazing. Like, I got a poster of him. But, like, the real motherfuckers in the culture, like, where the homies at?
Right. Do you think that, do you believe that when they try to do like a part 2 or part 3 and they don't get the same actors, do you believe it's because they didn't want to pay them enough?
I don't know maybe it could be that like the actors get so big that they come back like we ain't doing the same bullshit y'all did to us the first time. Yeah. And then they go, yeah, we are. We'll just replace you guys.
Right. Well, Chris Tucker, he said he didn't want to do Friday, the last Friday of the month. That's supposed to be getting filmed. I heard something about it, but he said he didn't want to do it because, he done got that bag with Jackie Chan, man. He got that Rush Hour money, man. He touching a whole different demographic of money. So I kind of understand, but come on, Tuck. Stay true to your roots too, man. It's okay, man, to come knock out a last one, bruh. Do it for the people.
I hate it when they do any remakes damn near just, you know what I'm saying, let alone a remake without the fucking original cast. But I'll be honest with you, this Bel Air shit, yeah. Bel Air is pretty hard.
The new one?
Yeah.
On Peacock?
Yeah, the new one that they got, I seen like a episode of it and I seen like a bigger portion of it. That shit is hard. It seems really entertaining, to be honest with you.
I saw little clips of it and just didn't give me the same feel, bruh. I mean, let's talk about it.
It's not going to be the same feel, but they seem to be the only people to ever make a remake of something of that magnitude and kind of get an okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get an okay in that scenario. Like, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Uncle Phil. You're replacing like really serious staples that people are not going to want to see the replacement of that off GP.
That shit is very hard to... I've said it before, man. Some people play the role so damn good to where they can't even play another role in anything else. Like, you ever notice some people get stuck in that type of shit?
Yeah, because you get used to them in that role. Like, ain't nobody want to see Keanu Reeves in no fucking comedy.
No.
Like, we're not trying to see that. We want to see you shooting shit up and just, you know what I'm saying?
I can't see, like I said before about Kevin Hart, love him to death, man. He's a funny fucking man.
I think he's underrated, too.
But I can't
funny way.
I just don't see him in like a serious, I'm talking about off the dribble, kids got kidnapped, like it's real. Wife's fucking, they done took him all the way, like on some Taken shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see him playing any type of role like that. He's When you get kind of, when you're, I mean, you can jump out of it, I guess, but it takes time.
Who kind of did that recently? I'm not going to be able to remember. I smoked too much weed, but somebody did that recently. I'm like, damn, he could do these roles too. Forgot who it was, but it's like rare.
Yeah. You believe, and back to the battle rap, do you believe there's some people that just gotta get stuck in a style and they plateau and they don't really ever, get more diverse as they go on?
I don't believe it. We know this for a fact. This happens on a, that's a constant phenomenon in this shit. You know what I'm saying? People just, I think it's lack of, man, this shit crazy. Mm-hmm. I think it's lack of motivation, if you ask me. Get some of this good weed in your life. It might be something. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
Hey, man, I look at it like this. Some people are going to get greater at things, and some people are gonna plateau. So I feel like you gotta be the best judge of character of you to figure out, okay, is this working? Am I really making it? Do I have a foreseeable future? You know, decisions, but you got to start to become a master of that for yourself, you know, and be like, all right, this ain't it for me.
In the battle world, people don't be thinking on a business level, like especially with what we got right now with No Jumper. We got the partnership with No Jumper. We got a podcast. I got my God Tier podcast, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to be doing with my partner. And, you know, that type of stuff is really going to just put us in a different space, you know what I'm saying? And like, people don't think about all the other things. We're locking in battles that are on a magnitude that hasn't been seen before. This next one I'm about to do is versus Asesino, who's from Mexico, right? Asesino gets about 50 to 60 million views on some of his battles on YouTube.
Damn.
It's devastating. It's
crazy.
Absolutely devastating.
What would be the time frame in that? Like 50, 60 million and what? What type of time frame?
To be honest with you, he doesn't do it like right away, but it's like a year or something.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like that.
It's still a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like within a year, 60 million people on YouTube alone will see
those
some
are
shit.
Fucking numbers. Catastrophic.
Catastrophic
I
numbers.
mean, fuck.
So you know what it is, and it's this other stuff that we're doing. Like even me setting up the next battle. You know, we gonna be back here. We gonna set No Jumper on fire when we get this next one done because the next one is done with somebody that No Jumper is familiar with, and it's gonna be some serious fucking shit. And it's. Man, I just keep trying to, you know, keep it together, man. I don't want to let it out, the cat out the bag, but you know, as we move along, you gonna see we're out of here. We're going to the stars with this shit. Like we're not just aiming for the, you know, millions of YouTube views. We're aiming for the millions of dollars. Right.
I mean, shit. At the end of the day, you know, do what you love, but if you can make some money on it too, why the fuck not?
Oh, look, this comes from someone who's been in this shit for 20 years, not making the right money. So I did this shit for free, probably for the first 10. It's some work that got put in, blood, sweat, and tears that I want back. Chunks of flesh that I need returned to me.
That's what I want to hear. Yeah, this is the part now. We've kicked the shit, and this is the part where it gets real. Yeah. See, on the Sharp Tank. And I want to know, those first 10 years, give me a rundown of what the fuck it was.
Let's fucking go.
Of what the fuck it was like, man.
People getting clapped at events, homies dying, me flying to fucking other states. I'll even start with all the stories, you know what I'm saying? It was so, when we first started this shit, man, it was so gutter and just on the street, and we was just doing it just on the corner. And then we started telling people, you know, this is some real shit. We gonna throw events, and it was just little holes in the wall type of shit. You know what I mean? We had a thing called Bubblers up in San Fernando Valley, right? Across the street from Northridge University. And it was a place that sells bongs. You know what I mean? It was a bong shop. Bubblers was crazy. They had like $20,000 bongs in there, and they used to host battles every weekend. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
It was crazy,
That's
bro.
dope
It
right
was
there.
fire. The winner of these tournaments, these little mini tournaments, would get a crazy $10,000, $5,000 bong, depending on what, you know what I'm saying? And it was in the beginning days of people blowing crazy glass, by the way. We're talking about 03. This was like 03. So you're seeing all these new styles and these crazy ass roars and, you know, these different, like, it was crazy. So we would win these bongs and we would flip them. This is how we would be making money. Like I'd get a bong and just flip it. And that's how I was making money off these battles and just not having the job and doing all this shit, right? That night, you know, me and my boy, No Can Do, were supposed to meet in the finals type of thing. We've been battling for a while through this thing. And, it wasn't like, there was like semifinals, but we knew it was going to be me and him in the final. We was up there. Some little white boy comes into the parking lot, right? You know, first, before he came into the parking lot, some essays pulled up. You know what I'm saying? The essays pulled up and they started marking everybody out. Like it was just on site, just telling people, yo, what's up, fool, and all this shit. Like just on fucking 10, right?
Just coming to regulate.
Yeah.
Didn't want to come battle.
Hopped out the lowrider, asking people all types of shit, like just, and they posted up, right? So after a while, you know, people were doing their thing, and this white boy was driving into, he looked like Malcolm in the Middle, bro. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. He had fucking, listen, bro, he had 4-inch thick glasses, bro. He looked like the typical.
Thank you for this, Lord.
He looked like the most typical nerd you've ever seen, right? And he's driving his car in, and he's trying to pull into the parking lot, the driveway of the parking lot in the plaza, and the essays are just standing in the road getting high. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to get into the plaza because he's still halfway on the road, his car. You know what I'm saying? So there's traffic, and he's trying to get in, so he honks at them. Beep! beep, beep, and they just turn around and they just they look at him right all crazy. I'm telling you why I'm setting the story up, because it's a crazy ass story.
I am fucking listening. Come on, man. I'm all ears.
So he tries to pull in the whip. The essays pull up on him, and they're like, "What's up, fool?" And they like punch Cuz through the window, right, and just start punching him through the window, and they pull him out of the window in front of everybody, turning his car off. They like turned his car off, pulled him out of the window, beat dog shit down this kid's leg in front of everybody. I'm talking about they stomped him into a pancake damn near. He got up all fucked up, got in the car, backed out, and then he just left. And then then he left, right?
What'd he do, Church? Do that again? What'd he do?
He backed out. Hey, you the first person to get me to repeat some shit like that. I usually say I ain't doing that again, but yeah.
Hey, what the fuck was the beef? What was the problem?
So check this out, man. They honked at him, and they was set tripping, bro. They was tripping on everybody, right? They was throwing up their gang. They was doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's regulated.
So within 2 minutes, the cops are in the parking lot. Like, I'm talking about 2 minutes, they're there. And the essays bounced after they stomped them out, which was crazy. They stomped them into oblivion and they left, right? The cops were there within like 2 minutes. They're like, what happened to this guy and all this shit? There's blood everywhere and all this shit. And they were talking about, they told us this happened. So the cops left. Yeah. The essays came back.
Yeah.
Right? And this is where it got crazy.
Well, see, before you go, I thought that, shit, when they had first left, well, I didn't figure they was going to stick around for any tea and cookies. So when they left, all right, that's I was going to say, that sound like some G shit.
Yeah, no, they came back. They came back.
Like, what the?
And they came right back, parked their shit up, and just started getting high again and smoking and drinking in the whip. And they were just posted up, playing music loud as fuck, just being... gangsters.
Gotta be an obnoxious
throw to everybody, right? Like they pushed around a lot of people. I seen it too.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting against the wall, and this is how it all starts. I'm sitting against the wall, and I used to smoke cigarettes, so I'm smoking a cigarette, just relaxing, because I know about the battle in a little bit.
Right. Calm your nerves.
And then dude pulls up like from underneath me, because it's like an alley behind me, and I'm like leaned against the wall. Dude just like leans up from under me, like. Hat down, just braids coming down the hat, just there's nothing. It's a shadow. I can't see the face, nothing. Just gloves. He's like, "Hey, cool. Hey, what them niggas that jumped the white boy at?" I'm like, I was like, "Hey, man, I'm just smoking a cigarette. Like, I don't know what you talking about." He's like, "Hey, cool. Like, hey, man, you gotta tell me right now, cool." Like, I was like, "Man, hey, man," and he starts asking a bunch of people questions. Like, he runs down the line.
Yeah.
"Hey, where the Mexicans at, cool?" Like, just tripping. Where them at? Where they at? Like, they kept on saying that, and everybody was just frozen and scared, not saying shit to them. He walks down a couple of more steps, and he's like, "Y'all ain't gonna tell me where they at, cuh?" He said, "Fuck this," then he jumps on like the bench that was right there, and baka just starts dumping into the crowd of people. So the people are all right there posted up, and he's just licking off shots into the crowd, and the crowd broke. So I'm all the way in the back, and I'm seeing this shit. And now I'm just posted behind the wall watching it. The crowd breaks, and it's the essays in the car. Like, and they right there in the car. And the crowd breaks off, and there they go right there. And they just ran up. Dog, it was the craziest shit. It was like I seen it like a movie, because when they all started moving that way, I started finding room to move a certain way, and I was moving that way, and I seen it, bro. He lit up like the windshield looked like when you see it in the movie.
Yeah.
It went up in a straight line.
Yeah.
Like, he hit the bottom of the windshield, and it was like 5 shots, a straight line up, not like to the side. It was like, and he hit, like, I knew the passenger seat, he was gone. The other dude got up and just started booking it, and he hit the corner, and you seen the dude follow him around the corner. You know what I'm saying? And he followed him, and this was right in front of Cupid's Hot Dogs, right there. So he follows him around the corner, and you just see it, and it was dark, so you just see flashes come from the alley. It was like, paka, paka. You see the flashes, and then Everything went quiet. Everyone bounced. My car was parked where that happened, so I had to walk over there. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, damn, are they still there? Are they?
Yeah,
so I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just walking over there slowly, and then I get to where the dude's at, and he's laid out on the floor. And this is a crazy story, man. I'm glad I'm telling you this because this is the most time I've ever been traumatized by some shit.
Kind of like a therapist, bro.
Yeah,
People kind of treat me that
it's
like
the most,
that.
Hey, this,
they kind of do, man. They treat me like a therapist. I noticed on the Sharp Tank. It really happens.
This is some traumatizing shit.
Talk to me, brother. Let it out.
So I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this fucking joint to stay lit with this lighter, man. You know this shit, man.
It's all good.
So look,
take your time.
I'm walking towards my shit, and I'm kind of jogging. You know what I mean? And I see him laid out on the floor, and everybody at this point is like gone, and other people are running. And
what, the essay?
Yeah, they're all gone. You know what I'm saying? And there's just dude home. No, I mean the essay's on the floor, but all the people are gone.
That's what I'm saying. The essay got hit.
Yeah. And then the other dudes in the car like dead for sure. It was 3 of them that got hit, but only one of them survived, I think. So basically,
what the fuck was he shooting with, a big old 4.4
bro?
Or something?
This dude was. It had to be because I'm from Lebanon. I've heard a lot of fucking bullets, man. That shit was
probably was dumping like a 40.
Sounded like a 1911 to be honest with you, because I got one and that's what it sounded like. So
I mean, was he like this when you saw him,
I
or was
remember,
he like this?
No. It was a handgun.
He probably had like a 40 on him or something.
It was a handgun with like extended clip and all that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I get to him. He's laid out on the floor, and I see him on the floor. So I didn't tell you this part of the story, but in the beginning they was talking shit to me. So this was the one dude that was saying some shit to me earlier, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just I didn't care at that point. I just wanted to make sure he was good, you know what I mean? Because I thought he was dead pretty much. So I seen him laid out, and there's just nothing on him. Like there's just no blood or no bullets. There's no bullet wounds. There's nothing right there. And he's just laid out, and there's like beer around him, or like a broken 40 or some shit like right next to him. And he's just laid down. So I just start tapping his shit. Like I just start hitting him, you know what I'm saying? Like just, yo, you good?
Touching him, man?
Yeah. I was like, you good? I was like, you good, bro? I was like, you good? So I told him a couple times, yeah, you right. I'm stupid for that because I'm going to tell you what happened next. So I kept on asking him if he was good. And like he was not moving and not doing nothing. So like here, I'm gonna put this down real quick.
Go ahead.
So like I'm like, yo, the last time I kind of just hit his chin, like I was just like, yo, you good? Like trying to wake him up. And I moved his head, bro. And like when I moved his head, it turned out the whole back of his skull was blown out, and he was holding all the blood in with his head on the floor, bro. So when I moved his shit, his whole brain came out like in front of me like a puddle. It was like and I smelled it. And it was just an immediate.
What did it smell like?
Just, I can't ever describe it to you again. I can never describe it. It was just a horrible foul stench, and like I ran so fast, fool. Like as soon as I smelled it, my stomach just went, like I just had a whole thing where it felt like I was gonna faint damn near. Like I felt completely disgusted, utterly disgusted out of my mind. Like I just didn't think I'd be exposed to something like that. It's like somebody making you a surgeon, like in a split second. Like shit that surgeons do, not everybody can handle that. You know what I mean?
Touches you a little different than a horror film.
Like, it was just, what? I ran so fast, dog. I was running, right? And there was still people like running up front, like trying to get the fuck out of there. There was people lost, not knowing where to go. There was these 2 girls I remember standing there crying, and I grabbed both of them like, come with me.
You threw a cape on real quick. You still knew how to do that, huh? Even through the bullshit, through that cape, smooth the fuck on. Come with me. Let me take you to safety. Let me help.
So
You're not letting me help.
No, they came with me. They're like, please take us. Like they was in the, I had them in the car.
God,
they were in the car crying their ass off. I'm like, where do y'all want me to drive? And like, it was just crazy. My homie, one of my boys stayed behind. The place was littered with fucking cops and media and the news and fucking helicopters. And it was just crazy.
On this story that was
this was a big story in the Valley, man. You'll look
Right.
it up. It was like 03 or 04. I forgot. 03 Bubblers. It was a plaza right there in front of the
Bubblers still open?
No, not hell no, man. That shit got shut down immediately. But as soon as that happened, like everything out there got shut. Shit just got weird as hell. It's right in front of the Northridge University, bro. It's right across the street from it. It's a place where shit like that don't be happening. The Valley's a little unpredictable, though. A lot of people will be like, oh, you from the Valley. It's not that crazy. But, hey, shit be randomly happening in the Valley, and it's nuts when it does.
They walking up on people. Like motherfuckers that be, you know, might be from gangs or might be, you know, a predominant player in the game. You know, they feel like they be safe downtown shopping somewhere, and a motherfucker come down there, man, and come ride on you broad daylight.
In L.A., it's Melrose or wherever you're at. Beverly Hills, Rodeo. Like, I mean... Yeah. I don't think, but yeah, that was a really crazy situation that we experienced in battle rap. Because of that, you know what I did? I stopped battling like randomly out here for a while, like probably like 2-3 months, and then I was like, "Fuck this! I'm coming back to battling." But you know what? LA's too gang banged out. Nobody here wants to do hip hop shit because that's what people don't know about our shit.
Yeah, because a motherfucker lose probably around here, they ready to fight you.
Nobody
afterwards. It's
like,
gonna get ugly.
The difference why we was into New York, the New York scene when we were younger, is because they understood that it was a more hip hop thing and it was more about the art. Over here in LA, they never had respect for it. All our house parties used to get shot up by fucking gangbangers because it was just like you say it, somebody disses somebody and somebody boom, everything getting shot up. Like it was never it's like we don't give a fuck about hip hop, blood or cuz. Like it was always like that. Like fuck hip hop. Like nobody cared about that shit back then. Now you see there's more of a cross of the gang culture and a lot of people that are hip hop in the gang culture. You know what I'm saying? But when back then it was like you were a rapper, like we don't give a fuck about you. Like and it just was that environment for us. So I was ironically enough because Chicago wasn't even crazy like that back then.
You know the story that I was talking about earlier, like when people walk up on broad daylight, it reminded me of a Chicago story.
Yeah.
This man was, I guess he was on downtown, he was downtown State Street, somewhere downtown Chicago, and motherfucker walked right up on him, man, and blew his head off, man, broad daylight. On State Street, in downtown Chicago, like it's getting close.
Chicago's crazy as fuck. But back then, yeah, it's
shout out
before
Chirac.
It became Chirac. We're talking like 03 or something. You know what I mean? It was still gutter in some places, but I found, like, I was researching on the internet and I found this crazy ass hip hop festival with battle rappers from all over the country coming in, like 150 of them that have to go through a tournament to make it to the end. And I flew out there with like $60 in my pocket, not knowing where the fuck I was gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? A book bag with a fucking, notepad in it, my toothpaste and deodorant, and just out there, you know what I'm saying? And I was just vagabonding it. I was sleeping and couch surfing, just out there, just being a homeless motherfucker so I can make it to this thing. And when I made it to this thing, I made it to the semifinals out of all like 150 people. I made it to like the 4th place or whatever.
Yeah. Damn.
And it was pretty crazy. They did an article about me in the Chicago Tribune when I was a fucking 19-year-old, you know what I mean? And
had to feel amazing.
It was, and what's crazy about remembering the article is there was a part of it that they quoted me. And in the quote, I said, I love the Chicago scene and I'm here to experience real hip hop because LA is full of gangbanger shit. I was like, it's too banged out and nobody wants to rap anymore. Yeah. So I wanted to come here to experience the real, art form. And that's like, and they put that in the fucking article. Like, they're like, he loves Chicago more than LA. And they did a lot of that with us because, okay, here's how you know what time I did this, the time frame. It was when Ice Cube and Common were beefing. That's when I was out there.
I don't even recall
I think that was
fucking
04.
time when they were beefing.
I think it was 04 or something. It might have been
Common
03
and Ice Cube?
Yeah.
What were they beefing about?
Man, it was crazy too. It almost got on some fuck the East Coast and West Coast shit. Like it was, I forgot what it started over. Yeah. But they had, man, it was crazy because they brought me up on stage and they were like, we have Dizaster from Los Angeles, and they basically showed a picture of Ice Cube before I came on stage. And then they had me battling a Chicago dude, and they're like, we have him representing, and they have Common, and everyone's like, wow, and they was like, boo, fuck you and Ice Cube type of shit. They like bunched me up with Cube, and like they just got me up out of there. That's why I lost in the semifinals. I really beat that motherfucker. Like he looked like Homer Simpson. You ain't no way you beating me, you stupid motherfucker. There's no way you beat me.
I've always respected the 4 elements. And if a motherfucker knows what that is, you gotta been in the game of the 4 elements, man. What was that? Breaking, rapping, DJing, tagging. You know what I'm saying? The 4 elements. And it was always so I've always respected those, man. So
I can pretty much do all of them except dance.
Hey, man, you got to go you go take some dance classes, man. Shit.
I can't b-boy, man. I'll leave it to them, man. Some of them are incredible. We want to bring that back, to be real with you, man.
My boy, Nathaniel Gray, him and some
familiar.
of his, him is from LA. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of screenwriting, things like that. Like he knows how to write. He's badass at writing stories, short movies and shit like that. But him and a few of his colleagues, that's why I was talking about breakdancing. They making it a sport because they just like made it like to where it can be in the Olympics. Right. So that's why I'm like, why the fuck can't if breakdancing can make it into the Olympics, why the fuck can't battle rap?
That's pretty.
It makes no sense to me. I mean, I'm just asking, man.
I like
it's not
that.
far-fetched.
I like how you know what?
It's a sport.
It is because in a way it is because bro, you physically need to be up there and you need to be in shape.
It's a sport
because you will get
here.
run down too.
You got
but physically
be ready.
too. You got to be in shape.
Too. Yeah.
If you don't like your breath control and just how you move and your energy, bro, you got to all be right. Trust me, you can't be all fucking like just sloppy and out of shape and just not taking care of yourself and perform at your best. You ain't going to. You're gonna battle somebody who's fucking active, energetic as fuck at the top of their shit. And they're gonna maul you down. Yeah. Let me get that lighter. I don't know where I put the one you gave me. I'm one of them dudes, man. I turn lighters. It's like I put them into a vortex. I don't know where they go when they come around me.
That's that
like a black hole.
That's that yellow sushi right there. You about to light up. It's good.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Taste that right there. It's good. Yeah, I think that, like I said, man, I really believe that they can put that as a sport. I don't see why not. And like you said, like how you just broke it down real quick. You was like, motherfuckers think that shit easy. Try it. Try it. They want to downplay you, like say, oh, he's just a man that just speaks words. He's just talking shit. But do you understand how hard, like, to go and figure out this man's moves, figure out his life? You spend that whole time, it's like conditioning, like you said, like fighting.
It is the
you
conditioning
watch all
aspect
the fights this motherfucker's doing. You watch where his weaknesses are, his strong points are.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And you incorporate all that when you come see about him. I think I watch a lot of that shit on like A-Hat. Is that what that A-Hat?
Oh, that's good, man. You know about that, man. I like that. I like that. You got some battle culture to you, man. Come on,
I like that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I like.
I've done a battle on there.
Have you?
Yeah, versus a guy named Cali Smooth, and it's amazing, man. You should watch it, man. It's pretty fucking
out.
Good, man. Dizaster versus Cali Smooth. Yeah, we did an A-Hat in Los Angeles, though. They usually are up in Vegas, but we did a Los Angeles branch, and it was pretty fire, man. You know, it was good. But you right about that, man. You got a good eye for this shit because you conditioning yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's down to the point where if you stop, like, so you preparing yourself, right? You're conditioning for the battle. Once the battle's over, dog, 2 weeks later, you're not as strong as you were that week because you're like once you condition yourself up to this point where your memory is like a muscle and it's holding on to all the bars. After you let them go 2-3 weeks later, you just forget all of it and it starts breaking down and you don't have it no more.
When you sit there when you be sitting there and you're like, yeah, I'm about to get ready to break this motherfucker down real quick. Like I'm about to really get him. And then you find out some information about him that you be like, damn, I don't want to say this, but I know this was going to help me win.
That has happened to me, and I fucking ranked out.
For real,
and
man.
I lost the battle because of it.
Because you didn't want. He was like, "That's kind of fucked up."
We went and got haircuts
Who was
together.
This with? Who was this?
Pat Stay. And we went it was like the days before it, probably like a day or two before the event. We got like hella close. We were just hanging out. We went and got a haircut together, type of shit. Like we were just chilling and talking. He was just such a cool dude, and I had some serious shit in my round that's just no going back from.
You should have.
And I was just like, I can't do this to him. And then I even sacrificed myself so much that I tried to rewrite the shit last second, and I fucked the whole thing up. I was stuttering, and it didn't come out right. But I had to learn.
You went kind of soft.
I went soft, fool.
Like, soft.
I'm okay with saying that.
I'm not calling you a soft man.
No, but it's okay.
But at that time,
trust
you went
me, it's
soft
okay.
on the situation.
I did.
You went soft on the situation.
I've acknowledged that already. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, most definitely. You should have hugged that man after it was done. End his motherfucking ass, and then, hey man, come here, bro. You know it's still all love. I hated to have to say that shit to you, but you know, it's the game though, man. And I've watched so many people like with battle rap, you know, pressure bust pipes. Motherfuckers start really hitting you in the gut. I've watched some people be like, man, fuck this shit. Like, what's up, homie? Like, we can get it in right here.
I'm one of them guys too.
Yeah, we can get it in right here on the stage. I'm like, fuck, bro. That shit ain't getting serious.
Unfortunately,
I'm like, damn, battle rap?
Unfortunately, Sharp, I've lost my control like that before.
Yeah.
And I fired on someone in a battle.
Tell me about that time.
I don't want to talk about it.
No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Hey, man, you're paying me by the hour. You know what I'm saying? So let's do this shit right for real. When did this happen? You ain't even got to mention the person. Fuck the name. The name, no offense to that person, but just the name's not important. I just want to hear the situation and what it built up to make you like, fuck this. I'm done with this shit. I'm about to sock him up. Like, I don't care no more. Fuck rap right now.
It was kind of a situation where we already had like bad blood and we kept trying to fix it and kept on. People got in the middle of it at the end right before the battle happened, and because we were really tense leading up to that battle. He was like drawing pictures of me with my tooth knocked out, telling me he was gonna slap the fuck out of me, doing all types of crazy ass shit. And he's hit a lot of battlers.
Did you kind of ignore him as it was happening to you? You like kind of boo it, or did you entertain it?
Nah, I entertained it. I was like, I kept on saying shit to him, like just rap or stop acting tough. I was just saying random shit to him that's not too crazy.
That's not too crazy though. That's actually kind of like accurate.
And he was getting
like,
more.
just rap, bro.
He was getting really more mad about that. You know what I'm saying? So. Then one of the homies jumped in the middle of it and was like, come on, man, like this can't happen. You know what I mean? One of the homies from Harlem. Yeah. He called in and like we was just like, all right. He's like, man, y'all can't do that out there and all this shit. And I was like, nah, you right, man. We got to do, I was like, he's good, you good. Just have a great battle. This is going to be amazing. So I just had all my rounds memorized and I was ready to go. I thought we was going to have a great battle. But what happened was, since there was prior bad blood in the battle, there was a point where I was just like, man, I kind of just started like blanking, you know what I mean? Like at the end of my round. And I was just like, I should punch you in your face right now. I just said that. Like, but it was still, you couldn't tell whether it was fucking part of my round or not, you know what I mean? But you could kind of tell because I just didn't follow up with a bar right away. So I was like, I should punch you in your face right now. But before I could even follow up, he's like, oh yeah? Like, and it just went. And I think it was the fact that if we didn't have so much tension before that, he would have never said anything to me, and then a fight would have never happened.
Well, maybe you guys should have went and got your haircuts and worked it out, just like you did with the other dude.
So that's good. Shit. But look, that's
maybe
good. We were friends, though. Like, it was crazy, because I think, like, me and him are really similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's, like...
Do you think...
I don't hate him or think like he's a sucker or anything like that. I just feel like we just were too alike. He had his opinion about the situation.
Did people drive y'all to do that, or was this something that y'all genuinely...
I feel like a lot of it was the people, bro. Like from his end too. Like people... Okay, the reason why he didn't let it go too after is because the people were like, how did this happen to you? Like you're the bully of the world and you let this Arab dude punch you in your face. Like how you gonna do that? Yeah. And he just couldn't take that talk. Like he just... I feel like that bothered him and made him want to just, always like re-entertain it. But I feel like him himself didn't really care after, and neither did I, but people made me mad too. They would make me bring it up because people would constantly be like, you a sucker. Like every day I would get that from his side. So I would come back and say shit, and it just kept on coming alive. But during the battle, he was just, when I said like, I should punch you in your face right now, he's just like, do it. And that's what I was just like, oh man, like, damn. And then he's just like,
on the spot.
Yeah, like I don't know how he doesn't understand that.
You felt like I don't know how
I don't know how he doesn't in front of all my people in LA too. Like in front of all my people, he's doing it. Like so, he's just like, I'm testing you in front of everybody.
Same motherfuckers that was talking shit to you or watching you.
Yeah, it's like damn, he really put me on the spot, and I even told him, hey, don't say that. So that was the first time I said, I was like, don't say that because I'm gonna do it if you say that. And he's like, oh, you will, then do it. And then he went to say, do it again, and that's when I just. Yeah, I clipped it. And then the homies jumped in, right? And since the homies are gang affiliated, he went online and started saying he got jumped by a certain gang in LA, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like saying this gang jumped me, and he's online saying this shit and just tied it into me and made it look like I set him up and brought them there to fuck him up. And he did so much crazy shit to where it just kept on getting like weird, out of control, but it should have never went there. It was just a fucked up situation that got out of control because there's too much testosterone in the room. That's really the most simple and honest answer. Both of us are hot-headed. Yeah. I didn't want to come out looking like a sucker, neither did he when I said that to him. Yeah. And we ended up fighting. It's only because we're hella similar, I think, that happened, you know what I mean? And that was the biggest shit that ended up on TMZ. Like, it's so big. That's why I don't like entertaining it again, because I don't want him to feel like I keep on rehashing this, even though I brought it up today. But it was kind of a reflex when I said that. I didn't want to go into it.
I don't think
I wanted to go past it, but now we like went into it. It's just, to be real with you, I feel like it helped both of us in the long run. In the beginning, it fucked us up. You know what I mean? It ruined a lot of shit for both of us. But in the long run, he ended up like starting his own podcast, and it's pretty fucking successful. You know what I'm saying? And he's in a better space than he's been in. You know what I mean? but the Shark Tank, though. This the Shark Tank, bitch.
But like, he's talking about me.
I think that situation just was just one of those battle rap stories that just, you know, I think it just happened because battle rap is such a fucking volatile place, and just it's up and down with the emotions. And just, it's crazy, bro. We didn't even get that. We didn't say nothing crazy to each other and really disrespect each other like that. It's just kind of just ended up there on some man shit. But to be real with you, battle rap be having really fucked up shit in it where people should get shot over it, and sometimes it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't even talk to each other like that. Like, people talk about each other's kids and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you know, we violate each other's dead family members. You know. Just like what you see going on in Chicago, smoking packs of such and such. Like, they doing that shit in battle rap too. You know, fuck your dead homie, fuck this, fuck that.
True, but I never thought that, like, you know, once the cameras went off or motherfuckers, you know, got away from the microphone or motherfuckers moving around, I thought that, you know, shit, you go home at the end of the day. Not once y'all walk outside the club, now it's about to really start getting that. Now we're about to really get into it. Because that's how the fuck you felt, and that's how it's going to get took. And people they need to put their pride to the side. Man, when you're battle rapping, understand that it's a battle rap. That man don't really feel like that about you. He just had to say that shit.
It's true, man. I be saying shit though, like, to be real with you, I be saying shit that's outrageous as fuck, man. I violate every and any type of person on earth. I've violated everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's from anywhere should feel some type of offense to everything that I've said throughout my career. But it's just fucking entertainment. It's like watching a movie. You ain't about to go tell, you know, Denzel or Samuel Jackson about every single person they bitch slapped and shot in every movie. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's just entertainment. It's content. You know what I mean?
You know, I always notice, man, that this might be a little off, but it just came to my mind. Because I believe it's going to relate. You know, I've always noticed, man, like, motherfuckers, you can do good for 364 days out the year, right?
And fuck up once.
Listen, you can do good for 364 days out the year. Nobody ever say shit, pat you on the back, say they proud of you, nothing. You do bad for that 365, that one day they talk about you for a lifetime.
Oh, God, bro.
They talk about that one bad day for a lifetime. So to go back to your mans that you say, like, yeah, I don't mean to dwell on it, but you know what? Y'all need to come together, man, and squash that shit.
Man, we've tried a bunch of times. We even tried to do like a...
Fuck the people, bro. Because it's the people that kind of like... Because look, y'all... I'm not saying that your futures weren't fruitful, but you felt like you kind of missed out on some opportunities. I was trying to get
money with him, bro. I was trying to get money with him and do like a boxing thing, like where we just made people pay for pay-per-view and shit like that. We tried to facilitate that a couple times. And it wasn't even his fault that it didn't happen, really. It was just the people we were dealing with are idiots. You know what I mean? And they just lied to us. We damn near started promoting. They put us on a flyer. They were going to have a whole boxing thing. We were getting bags for that shit.
They were using y'all kind of like puppeting y'all. That's what it was.
I don't know what it was, whether
because people knew, okay, at that time.
It could be, but I mean, they seemed really adamant about the shit. They talked to us a lot about it. It wasn't like some fugazi overnight shit. It was like a whole month or two of this shit.
Dizaster. You and I both know people do that every day.
Yeah, you're right.
And don't come fucking through.
Yeah, you're right.
They do that every day. They'll act like they're so fucking involved. They're so, oh yeah, we're going to do this, do that. They spend hours with you, man, chopping it up about it, and it end up being a dud. Yeah. They don't even hit you anymore. They don't even talk about it anymore when you see it. They be like, oh, yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. It's just people just entertain shit just to be entertained.
Yeah,
shit, bro.
I really, to be real with you, like, I hate when people use me on flyers and then don't come through with money because I feel like I got robbed and I need to check you. Like, and this happened to me recently with some like other shit. They put me on a flyer for some sports shit that I was supposed to be involved in, and like they're like, oh, it's not happening no more. It's like, man, you done already put me on the flyer and you haven't even sent me the bread. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. You know, that type of shit sometimes deserves an ass whipping, to be real with you. But, you know, we too grown for that right now, man.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm an owner now, man. I can't be doing no stupid shit.
What are you on now?
Well,
what are you doing now?
Our
Let's
own
talk
battle
about
league, our
Let's
new
talk about what
business
you own.
venture.
There we
Yes.
go. Let's talk about where we at now. We done went through the nasty
LLC
shit.
life, bitch.
You dig? That LLC is what's good to me.
I just, yeah, man. We've been doing this shit for the long time with the middleman. We've been, listening to other motherfuckers' visions and like being like the kind of the employee. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure you learned about that in your first 10 years of
there you go.
Your do knows and your don't knows.
There you
Okay,
go.
we dealing with the wrong people in this aspect.
Yeah.
I've seen how people are really doing it. This is the route we're supposed to be taking.
And it's literally just a little bit over 10 years now.
Yeah.
So the timing is like right there. It's been like 12 years.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more, but but so we decided that like the artists, since the artists, we the catalyst of the shit. All the artists in battle rap. You look at some of the most incredible battlers, like from Hall of the Dawn to Sue Surf to Murder Mook and Loaded Lux and Geechee Gotti and
Loaded Lux.
Like, you know what I mean? These guys are they've done big shit. They have big names out there. Averb. There's so many
Shout
guys.
out Loaded Lux.
Straight up.
That man brings problems.
I'm glad you know of him.
Yes,
and,
Loaded Lux. Remember, he came dressed for old boy's funeral.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Remember, brought his obituary and everything.
He's definitely battling him comes with a fucking full package deal. You don't really get to just battle Lux. You're battling Lux in his entire fucking mind and like in all his like creative ventures all combined in one on stage, and you got to be up there.
He's one of my favorite.
When he shows up on his Black Panther shit, he's unbeatable type of shit. But yeah, he's one of those dudes. Like when you look at it, he had something back in the day called Lions Den, but then I feel like he should bring that back. You know what I mean?
Bro,
and
everybody fucks with him. I watched
for real,
Busta Rhymes.
he would get
Diddy come to, you know what I'm saying, his fucking man, come to his battle raps, man. They up there like this, applauding this man, like they're a fan of that.
I mean, you got to understand too, Harlem. Like you got to know how Harlem moves.
They really shake it like that.
You know, Puffy, like P Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I still call him Puffy, but he got to. They all grew up around each other, all of them. Like, Mook.
Shout out P Diddy, by the way,
like,
too, man. Respect him, businessman, real businessman, right there.
They're part of that same. They have a culture over there. It's pretty fucking crazy, to be honest with you. They're all like battle rap. They come from the same little mold, like the same area, and it's pretty fucking amazing to see. Like that area was just kind of like a battle rap hub in like in the 80s and the 90s. So, so basically my point is what I'm saying is these are the people. See, like you don't even know who the owners are. You don't know who the fucking business guys are and the shit. You know who Loaded Lux is, and this is my whole fucking point. That the rest of the fucking world knows who the artist is. Like we're the ones that are supposed to be pushing this shit forward. You know what I'm saying? Like Lux is supposed to be he shouldn't be waiting for a phone call no more. Like he's at a level where, and I we're all learning. You know what I'm saying? I ain't better than nobody. It's just for me, like I couldn't do it no more. I stopped that shit in 2020. A lot of people think I've battled recently or like in 2021 because they released a bunch of my old shit from 2020, but I haven't battled since 2020. You know what I mean? It's because of it. I'm not going to do some shit unless I'm in control of it and I'm the boss now. And now you got to come to me to talk about the shit. I'm not coming to you. You want some cool ideas. We could collab on them, but I'm not about to be the person taking orders. I got my own creative visions. You know what I'm saying? I'm applying all of them. We about to take over this shit, like for real, in a very creative way. I keep using that word because it's the most important one to focus on. You know what I mean? We're doing different shit, man. Yeah. Originality, man. Just innovators in this shit.
Well, I hope to be able to attend some of your shit, man, because
April 22nd, man. Listen.
Talk about what's going on.
Got to get you some tickets, man. April 22nd here in LA at the skate park. You go on gtxbattles.com right now. You'll see the whole flyer. We got a sick-ass flyer. I'm battling. So this battle that I'm doing is against this Mexican superstar named Asesino, which means assassin in Spanish.
The dude you was talking about does 50, 60 a year.
Yeah. So that's our main headliner, and I have a co-headliner with me. It's two headliners. It's nobody's bigger than the other. The other one is Geechee versus Kitchen Clean, who used to be Clean Paper, but he goes by Kitchen. Geechee Gotti is right now the face of battle rap, pretty much. I've taken a time off. I haven't even put in the work that these guys have been putting in. He's put Compton on the map, and he's just that guy right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's going against Clean, and that's going to be fucking crazy. And then you just go down the line. We got Averb versus Pass. Averb is a St. Louis legend, you know what I'm saying? And Pass is an Oakland Bay Area legend. We got people from different areas, you know what I mean? And they're all vets. These guys are both vets. That
different styles, right? Yeah. Different styles from all over.
You got like St. Louis is not really known for being a lyrical, combative, aggressive, multisyllabic place.
For rap.
Yes.
Let's say that for rap.
Yes.
We have to make sure we clarify that.
I meant aggressive.
For rap.
I meant aggressive like
in the records. That's a very fucking aggressive place. Shout out St. Louis, man. Shout out to Lou.
It's definitely murder capital, but I'm saying I'm saying rapping wise, they're more of a style based culture rapping wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Averb is like a mutation. He's like a Big L from St. Louis. Imagine if Big L grew up in St. Louis. You got Averb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he just knows how to just carry patterns, put together syllables. He's just really intelligent, uses unique words, doesn't use the same words over and over. Like that's what it takes to actually, excel at this shit. Yeah. And, it's really crazy. This event, man. I really hope you could come down. It would be great to have you, man.
No, I'm coming, bro. I'll come.
Yeah, we should have you. We gonna give you a fucking media pass, man. You gonna come in there, man. We gonna have you interview people, man. We want people to talk to
Why
Sharp,
not?
man.
I
we
ain't
gonna
got no
talk. Hey,
problems
come
with
on,
that,
man. They coming
I'll
to
come
talk to Sharp.
Hey.
It's good. You get your introduction with them. You know what I mean?
I really want to see where your future holds for you and where battle rap is going to go, because to me personally, I could be wrong, but you guys mark my words. I really believe, man, it will become a sport one day.
I appreciate
I
you,
really
man.
do. I believe
as long as we got people
like
like you who feel that way, it will. You know what I mean? It's the demand. You know what I mean? Like, but to be real with you, we're on an upward trajectory, man. Ain't shit gonna stop this, bro. Like I took almost 2 years off, and I came back, and overnight it's like nothing happened. It's like the only place, like battle rap, you put in so much work and you create so much history in it, where I could just take that much time off and come back. Lux could do that. Mook could do that. These guys are able to just take time and come back. And when you come back, it's just avalanches. It's just renewed interest and just new, fresh rapping. And it's crazy. The next phase is just, we gonna cross into that industry. I'm telling you now, the music industry gonna have to start. They're gonna have to start, the rappers in the game gonna have to start stepping their shit up.
Yeah.
Because we gonna be more in the picture, and people are gonna see what real crazy rapping looks like, And people think that we can't do this shit like on beat or whatever. Yeah, we can, and it's fucking just as crazy. We just choose not to, because acapella is easier to digest for everybody, and you can hear every word. Yeah. That's it.
Well, I tell you this, man. I hope to have you back in the future. Dizaster.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you,
I
Sharp.
fuck with you, man. Get me some of them tickets.
Yeah.
Okay? So I need to come. You got me interested, man. I want to see what the shit's about,
you
man.
You gonna love it, to be real with you. Like, I think every battle on the card will interest you, and usually that doesn't happen. Like, the whole card is amazing. Here, I just want to shout out the rest of the people on the card, too.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
We're going to get up out of here,
man. We don't want to leave them out. But
we got a couple more minutes, man. We're going to get up out of here.
Yeah, man. Let's just...
come on, because this shit will go for days.
So basically, the main one is me, Dizaster versus Assassino, Geechee Gotti versus Kitchen Clean. We got Aver versus Pass that I just mentioned. Then we got from Chirac again, Big T versus Mac Myron. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Yeah.
We got versus Mac Myron. We have Chef Trez versus Saint, which is like a crazy ass battle between the younger guys that are just, they're incredible, and they one of them can really freestyle crazy. The other one is just a champ right now on the West. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Holmesy the God versus Fate, which is another dude that's on the come up, and Holmesy the God is already established. And we have Reverse Live versus Don Marino from Florida. So we got people coming in from all the states. We got Chicago, Florida, you know what I'm saying, New York, everybody coming in, you know what I mean? So St. Louis, the Bay from, up north, Cali.
I'm coming to that shit, man. I want to see, man. And I'm going to tell you this, man. It's been
Hey, you belong there, man. I feel like you're going to fit in, man.
Hey, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Yeah, man.
And an honor, Dizaster.
Same here, man. After seeing what you've been doing, man, in these interviews, hey, I just want to say, man, I'm a fan of this motherfucker, because I just found out how crazy he was in the last week, and I've been watching this shit, man. Hey, man, you already know, man. Hey. Your boy Sharp Crazy on No Jumper got rid of fucking Tucker the Toe Tucker. Hey, Tucker the Toe Tucker rhymes with No Jumper. Did anyone notice that? I did.
It's Tucker the Toe Sucker.
Oh yeah, Toe Sucker. My bad. I said Toe Tucker.
But nonetheless, it gets just as close.
You can flip it, Toe Tucking Sucker.
I appreciate you, my man, for coming through. Listen to me, man. We gonna get up out of here, man. But before we go, man, make sure you go check out the Sharp Tank on No Jumper on YouTube right now. Also, man, go check out No Jumper clips right now. Exclusive vlogs going on daily, all the motherfucking time, man. You dig what I'm saying?
GTXbattles.com too.
Hey, man, listen to me. This the Sharp Tank, man. We love y'all, man. Peace and love. We out of here. Yuri's girl, shoot us up out of here.